Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom called Alwania, there lived a princess named Rosie. Rosie had pink hair and eyes that shone like stars.
Ow.
She loved drawing, laughing, and playing with little animals. Her kingdom was filled with bright colors, but one day, everything began to turn gray. The blue rivers turned gray. The red roses faded, and the sky lost its color. Little Rosie was very scared. She didn't know what was happening. Then in the distance, she saw a man with a long gray beard and a gray magic wand. He was flying over the kingdom, and everything he touched turned gray. "Stop, please," cried the princess. "Why are you doing this?" The old man turned around. His name was Graytron, and he was an evil wizard. "I hate colors," he said. "So I'm taking them away from your kingdom." Then he flew away again, and the princess was very upset. She didn't want her beautiful kingdom to become gray and lifeless. She wanted to save her people and bring back the colors. So she made a plan. She went to the stable and called her favorite pony. Its name was Pony. It was white with a flowing mane and tail. "Pony," said the princess, "we have to go on an adventure. We need to find a way to bring back the colors." The pony nodded and pawed the ground. Soon they were out of the kingdom, running through the forest. Suddenly a gray bird flew down onto a tree. "Hello," said the princess. "Can you help us? Our kingdom has lost its colors." The bird shook its head. "I'm sorry, but I can only speak to those who sing the song of life." Then it flew away again, and the princess sighed. She didn't know the song of life, but luckily her friend Twitto did. So they waited until evening when all the forest birds gathered together. And then the princess asked them to teach her the song of life. The birds were very happy to help, and after a whole night of singing and playing music, the princess finally learned the magical melody. Early next morning, she thanked the birds and continued her journey. She walked over hills and through valleys. Soon they arrived at the glass mountains. The princess and her pony climbed to the top, and on the other side, they saw a beautiful lake. But it was all gray. "Oh dear," said Rosie. "What are we going to do?" Suddenly, a wise old turtle poked his head out of the water. "If you want to cross my lake," he said, "you must solve my riddle." "Okay," said the princess. The turtle asked, "What has no voice, but can still speak to you? What has no hands, but can still point at things? What has no eyes, but can still see everything?" The princess thought for a moment. "Is it the wind?" she asked. The turtle smiled. "That is correct," he said. "You may now cross my lake." So Rosie and her pony swam across to the other side and continued their journey until they finally reached Graytron's dark and gloomy castle. Inside the castle, the princess didn't fight him with a sword or a shield. Instead, she took out a big pad of watercolor paper and some paints. Then she began to paint a picture of the kingdom of Alwania when it was happy. She painted the laughing river, the singing forest, and all the colorful animals and birds. As she painted, the room began to fill with bright colors and light. Graytron's gray magic wand began to melt. The wizard looked at the colors and felt something strange. His heart began to change. All of a sudden, he threw his wand away and picked up a paintbrush. "I'm Graytron the painter," he said with a smile. "And I love painting all the colors of the world." From that day on, he helped Rosie to paint all the houses, trees, and flowers. They worked together until everything was finished, and the princess was very happy because she had saved her kingdom. Later, she married a kind artist who painted pictures of birds, and they lived happily ever after in a palace made of rainbow colors. The end.